All right, it's the 18th of August. We've got about just under 25 minutes to the NY Open. Just a second. Okay, perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay, start with the calendar. Yeah, best. Fine. Okay, so let's look at where the weekly candle closed. So I didn't stream on Thursday and Friday last week. So we'll take a look at how the weekly candle closed first. We closed very bearish below this wick. That's below 3,350, 3,350. Strong bearish candle, very likely pushing further down. We've tapped that rectangle there, it's 3,400. And the last time it did tap, we pushed all the way down here to 3,300, right? The last time we tapped 3,400, we pushed all the way down to 3,300. So we could be coming down. That's 1,000 pip move. We could be heading down this week, at least over the next few days, right? We could be coming down to 3,300. That's the move that I'm going to be looking for. The move down to 3,300. It's about a 500 pip move from where current price is. This could be a pullback to create the top wick on the weekly candle to continue down, right? That's very possible. All right, let's take a look at the daily. On the daily, we're ranging, nothing's happening. On Friday, we hardly made any move, just a 160 pip candle, which is just really crazy. We've had a lot more volume. And then on Friday, we had literally no volume at all on Friday. The previous daily Thursday candle closed strong bearish, and that moved about 450, 440 pips. That's decent. But on Friday, nothing, no volume at all. It looks like it wasn't a US holiday, but generally on a US bank holiday, you can expect to see something like that. In terms of news, there is nothing today, Monday, Tuesday, there is nothing. Um, we're having some news events later on the during the rest of the week. These are not important news events. They're not going to do anything to current price. Doesn't really they don't matter. So this week I would consider this week, I would call this week a non-news week. Okay. All right. So the move, as I said, I'm anticipating is a move down. Now that could be today, it could be tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. This is very likely the pullback. Now, how further are we going to pull back? Are we going to pull back all the way up to 33.67, or we're going to reject 33.50 and push down, right? We're going to have to look for one of those liquidity areas, a liquidity candle or a liquidity area for that move down, right? So again, I wasn't here Thursday, Friday. I didn't trade on Thursday, Friday, so there is no recap today. Um, so let's just get rid of these, and I don't even remember what trade I took on Wednesday. It It was a while back, a few days ago, about 5 days back. So I don't remember. Let's let's delete all of these and start fresh. Okay, it's a mess. It looks really ugly. Price has not done anything since the 11th of August. Not done anything, just moving sideways. We move down a bit, come back up. We're going to have to probably draw support resistant levels. And we're going to take a look at what price is doing, where it's bouncing off of. Okay, there is a supply zone here, what price has tapped here. Get rid of all of this, in fact. Let's start fresh. That's a supply zone or drop base drop. Price has tapped that. Take a look at this on the 1 hour time frame. 643150. 53. 643653. Hmm. Okay. And for the down, we have a drop, a base, and a rally, right? In terms of demand. Again, we're going to take a look at this on the take a look at this on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, it's all right. It's a mess, but let's keep it on the 1 hour. So this open is 616. This low is 354. Right, let's take a look at this area. We've crossed a psychological round number. Let's take a look at this area. Maybe on the 30-minute, I think we do have supply here on the 1 hour. Take a look at that on the 30-minute. Yeah. Yeah. One leg in, 4 base in candles, and leg out. We're coming down. We're pushing down. There is no bottom wick here. We are pushing down. We're pushing down. 570, close 815. Okay. I don't think we need to extend any further than that. There's a supply zone here. There's a rally and a drop here at this weekly SR level. Let's take a look at that on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, that's the base right there. So this high is 471. This close is 745. That's enough. Four-hour supply, 4-hour supply, and this is 1-hour supply. Okay. In terms of demand, this is the only demand level. There's nothing to the left. Clean candle here to the left, but we have this liquidity candle that we had marked on the 1-minute time frame last week. Would extend that to the right, and then this zone here to the right, this 4-hour demand zone, right? And that should be sufficient. I'm not expecting a big move today. There is no news. Yeah, that's plenty. 400 pips, 450 pips of downside. All right, next, let's take a look at this area, these zones, and see if they're high liquidity zones. So we have a 4-hour demand here as well. That's also 4-hour demand. Go to the 1-hour time frame. Let's start from supply. Nothing on the 1 hour, 30 minutes. Have you taken out opposing a demand? Yeah, there's a drop, two basin candles and a rally here, drop, base, rally, and price. This candle, these two candles here have pushed out and take out that low, have taken out that low. Mhm. The high liquidity zone. Take a look at this one above. This drop, base, drop has taken out this drop, base, rally. So that's a high liquidity zone as well. And then this one here, this rally base drop has taken out, yeah, yeah. What's this low? 550. This low is 556. Yeah, it's taken out that. Yeah, the high liquidity zone as well. Okay, let's take a look at this demand zone and see if there is a high liquidity zone. This is a high liquidity zone. There is a drop based rally visible on the 30-minute time frame. I think it's clearer. Yeah, drop based rally, and we've taken out this supply here. We've also taken out this supply rally based drop here. This move up, so that's a high liquidity zone. Okay. Next, let's see if you have a high liquidity candle in here. Let's start at the 1 hour time frame. A large 1 hour candle there. Let's start with that. Go to 30-minute time frame. Yeah, this one here, but it's outside the zone. No, mm, no, it's not that. I think we're going to have to stick to the 30-minute for this one. Yeah, this one right here, bearish engulfing candle, 841 to 424. Okay, take a look at the zone above that, the 1 hour time frame. Mm, .269, and this one is 840. Okay, then further above that, we have this zone here. what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this down here. 780. Okay, covered that candle on 45 pips. That's okay. Right. Let's take a look at this area. Start of the 1 hour time frame. There's this big bullish push up. Start there. Minute time frame. 15. Hmm. Okay. That's it. That's very likely where we're heading to. The 115 pips, 115, 120 pips. Right. Let's take a look at what price has done in the Asian and London sessions. Go to the 15-minute time frame. As the market open. Market opened at 33.37. Oh, what am I doing? The market opened here. Sorry, that was the previous one was Friday's open. The market opened at 33.37.8, roughly 0.75. Push down all the way here. The Asian low. This will be the London high. Okay. Let's take a look at what price has done. This is the NY open. Take a close look at what price has done, right? So we opened, we gapped up a bit, 19 pips, nothing much. Then we opened, we pushed down, straight down past 33, 32, and came back up, formed 30-minute support and a liquidity candle. Why did this turn here? It's inside this candle here. That's fine. That makes sense. Yeah, coming deeper and deeper into the candle. It's coming, price is coming deeper and deeper into this liquidity candle right here, right? Go to the 5-minute chart. This candle right here. This is a liquidity candle. I've drawn the 1 minute of that liquidity candle based on the 1 minute, but this entire candle is a liquidity candle. So price will keep coming deeper and deeper into it. There's a 289 pip candle, and that's what price is going to be doing. It's going to be coming deeper and deeper. It first came deeper here, now it's come even deeper, and it'll keep coming down. Okay, so price, the market opened here, we went down deeper into the liquidity candle, created 30-minute support right there. That's also where we created the Asian low. We rejected, we closed above the 33.32. Price went all the way up, stopped, created the Asian high, pulled back, went above, closed above the Asian high, continued further up all the way to the liquidity candle, created the London high and 30-minute resistance right there, pushed all the way down to the Asian high, ranged, just continued to range for a while, pushed below it, create and tapped the EMAs, created the London low, and then pushed all the way back up to 3350 and tapped the liquidity candle, and we've been in that range since then, right? Which has been hovering in that 50-60 pip area. Should be coming down. Let's see what we have for the NY session. Okay, okay. Mm, yeah, this candle tapped the liquidity candle, went deeper in this candle right here. This candle broke the low, closed below. That is in the London session. Yeah, I'd be willing to take sells if we come back up here. We've broken the low here. This candle has broken the low. We're coming down. We're coming down for sure. I'd like to see a pullback before we come down. If price continues to drop, then I'm not going to get a sell, but I would like to see a price pull back to 33.50 to take sells to come down. About a 150 pip drop. Yeah, around this mark, 54. We're going to take sells up here, around this area, and up here as well. Anticipating price to push down. 570. EMAs have crossed, have broken this low. Yeah, and 30-minute candle has closed below the Asian, but not below the London. Yeah, I would be willing to take sells up here. Yeah, that's it. Be willing to take sells up here. Nothing below that. Deep in this liquidity candle. I'm not looking to take sells. The price should come above this. Yeah, we should come above this. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see what price does today. If I don't get a trade, it's a Monday. I'm not going to chase a trade, but I want price to pull back here. I want price to pull back inside here, even further above this high if possible. And then let's see. We're coming down. We're coming down. Look at the 4 hour. Yeah. What's this low? 466 and this low. We've broken the low. Yeah. Got another hour and 1 hour 50 minutes of the candle. Should be pushing down. Yeah. But I want to pull back. Otherwise, I'm not taking any trades. Hmm. Yeah. You drop and then a pull back up here. Yeah, I think we're coming up here. Liquidity candle. Tap this, we're coming up here, I think. That's the sell I would want to take. 840, low 662. Hmm. Okay, I'm waiting for price to get here. I'm looking for sells. Um, the daily, though we're pushing up, we're still bearish because previous structure was almost a doji. We've broken below the previous lows and we're staying below 3350. We're reacting to this supply zone formed on the daily time frame, a drop, a base, and a drop. That's where price is reacting to. So anticipating price to come down on the daily. On the weekly, we're bearish. Daily, we're bearish. Already explained it. On the 4-hour, we're moving sideways. There is nothing happening. And on the 1-hour, we are kind of bearish, right? We're just very slowly staggering down. So 1-hour, daily, weekly are all bearish. 4-hour is really nothing. 4-hour is just moving sideways. Dojis, that's a doji, that's a doji. But we're staying below 3350. That's what's important, right? For those reasons, I'm not looking for buys. I'm looking for sells only. All right, makes sense? Yeah, so just waiting for price to pull back up. This is significant because this is the liquidity candle. This one broke the low. This candle tapped the liquidity candle, in fact, created one more liquidity candle. This one broke its low, so I've drawn the fib from this low, that high. This was tapped during the London session once, then just after the first few hours of London, and then price, I'm anticipating price to come up here before it heads down. Okay, all right, I'll be back in a bit. Take a look at this daily time frame again. Yeah, might push back all the way up here before we pull back, pull down. Yeah, there is that area. That is where I'm going to be. I want to see a sell 3350 to 3367. 3350 to 3367. Yeah, yeah. Definitely above here, above 3353. Definitely above 3353 in this area. Gotta wait. Price needs to come up here. Check for a reaction. I think price will come, might even come further. I'm waiting. No buys for me. Absolutely no buys because this is a that's a supply zone. You have a drop, four basin candles, and two candles leaving the zone. This candle has already broken this low. So I'm waiting for the pullback as further up as possible to take the sells to come down, right? Absolutely no buys. Buys are from down here, if at all. Buys are from down here for me, right? Further down here or even further down. To me, it sells. The weekly is bearish, daily is bearish. I've explained. 4 is moving sideways, nothing really on the 4. Um, but on the 4 we have dojis, but we are staying below 3350. That's important. And on the 1 hour, 1 hour is bearish, right? We're creating supply. So the 1 hour is bearish. The daily, weekly 1 hour is bearish, and the 4 hour is staying below 3350, but it's sideways, creating dojis. So I'm waiting for that pullback to take the sells. No buys. I'm waiting for sells from above 3353. Further up we go, better. Probably look for confirmation on the 15-minute to 30-minute time frame. Maybe look for a 30-minute back candle to close again to take the sells to come down. That will be much better. It'll be much safer. Wait for that 30-minute back candle to form to take the sells down. That'll be better. That'll be the better trade. There's nothing happening on the market in the market right now. We're just there is no volume at all. Look at the 15-minute candles. This is pre-NY. This is the NY open. NY open. First candle 24 pips. Second candle 29 pips. Third candle just about to close in 4 minutes. Again 21, 20, 23 pips. There's no volume. Got to wait for a 45, 55, 60 pip candle. That's when you know volume has come in and should technically continue. But right now there is nothing. There's nothing to do. Price is coming above these highs. Yeah, it's coming above these highs. Yeah, might get a trade later on. moved about 348 pips already. 350 pips already. Asian. In the Asian, we moved quite a bit to 40, and in the London session, about 130, 135. There is a move due, maybe around NYSE open. We'll have to wait and see. Might not get a trade during the stream hours, but might be after that. Just have to be patient and wait and see. Wait, price to come up. Create some sort of confirmation. Come up, create confirmation, 30-minute resistance, even 15-minute strong resistance and a back candle close, a tradable 15-minute back candle close to take the trade to come down. But 30-minute resistance would be even better. And then we break the low and come down. That would be better. Yeah. Mm, mm. Nothing's happening. There's no volume at all. So I'm going to very likely come back to the chart in about 40, 45 minutes. Probably end the stream now. I've explained exactly what I'm looking for, why I'm looking for sells. I'll go over it again right now. The weekly is bearish. We've closed below 33.50 last week. Candle had decent volume in it. It was a CPI week though, but not enough volume for CPI week, to be honest. Not enough volume at all. This is just a 700 pip candle. I've seen daily candles do more than 700 pips. This is a weekly candle, and there is just 700 pips, 770 pips. All right, so the weekly is bearish. We've closed a bearish engulfing candle to this candle, to this previous candle here. We closed, this candle is a bearish engulfing candle, and closed below 33.50. I said this all at the beginning. I'm just repeating myself. Price, the last time it rejected here 3400, we pushed straight down to 3300, right? That's very likely where we're heading to, 3300. That's the move that I'm looking for, the 3300 move, right? So where can I get into that move with the smallest possible risk? How can I take advantage of that move with the smallest possible risk? That's the question, right? So the weekly we're bearish. On the daily, also we're bearish. On Friday, no volume, 160 pip candle, doji. But the point is that we rejected 33.50, right? The day before. And a strong back candle close below 33.50, rejecting 33.50, right? So daily is also bearish. On the 4-hour, we're moving sideways. That's a doji. That's a doji. But price is staying below 33.50, right? But they're doji. So on the 4-hour, we're moving sideways. On the 1-hour, we are staying below 33.50 and we are creating drop, base, drop, right? These 4 candles are a base and these 2 candles are the leg out. It's ugly, but that is a base nevertheless. So on the 1-hour also we are bearish, right? So 1-hour, daily, weekly we're bearish, 4-hour we're moving sideways. Now there is no reason, absolutely no reason to look for buys here for me, because this is a supply zone. Buys are down here. The EMAs have crossed. We are above the EMAs, so price should be pushing up for a bit, right? That can happen. That can happen very likely. Price can push up. That's possible. That's not an issue. I'm looking for sells because the high time frames are bearish, right? And this candle is significant. We create a liquidity candle. We tapped the previous liquidity candle, created one more liquidity candle. This candle broke the low. I've drawn the fib from this low to that high. Price has already tapped it. It hasn't come down to this level here. This level is 33.40, right? So that's the first level. Let me put the TP levels here before I go. 33.41, that's the first level. Anybody looking to take these cells, this is how you take them. And then the next is 33.35. Let's say 33.36, just to be safe, because there is no volume in the market. 33.36. Next is 33.32, obviously. And then further down, 33.27. Okay. Those are the TP levels: 41, 36, 32, 27, right? I'm looking for sells from up here to come all the way down here, right? And for price to continue down further. I don't think we're going to have that much volume today for price to go all the way down. We've already done 340 or nearly 350 pips, so we may not have a lot of volume, but I am looking for sells to come all the way down. If I do get sells deep later in the day, after 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. EST, I might look to, depending on where I take the sells, I might put stops to break even and let it run tomorrow, right? Let it run for the rest of the week, or at least for the next day and a half. Let it run, right? because that's what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating price to come to these levels further down here, right? And then eventually down here to 33.15. We can put these levels here and we can see over the next day, day and a half, how these targets play out, right? If I'm right or if I'm absolutely completely wrong. Okay, so these are the levels here. You can take a screenshot of it. 33.41, 33.36, 33.32, 33.27, 33.15. Those are the levels, right? But I want to get up as high as possible, have a small stop loss to take advantage of this move down. That's what I'm looking for, right? So how am I going to take these sells now? If price comes here, I'm looking, because we're very slow, nothing's happening. We are going to break, very likely tap 33.50 and come higher, but that might take a while. See how the 4-hour candle is closing. Yeah, it's a doji again. There's nothing happening. So I'm going to wait for this 4-hour candle to close. That's an hour 19 minutes from hour 20, hour 1 hour 19 minutes from now. Wait for this 4-hour candle to close, and then we'll wait for price to see what it's going to do. If it's going to come back up or it's going to tap this and drop. I'm going to very likely wait for this 4-hour candle to close. Just an hour left. This candle is unlikely it's going to push all the way down. If it did have volume, it would have done that by now. It hasn't. Just has a hour 19 minutes to left for the candle to close. So just makes sense to just wait for the candle to close, right? And then let's see where it comes. If we create 15-minute resistance, a 15-minute tradable back candle closes, even better 30-minute resistance, right? Even better 30-minute resistance, then look to take the trade to come down, right? You can put your stops above 30-minute candle high that created resistance, and then look to take the trade to come down. Okay, we seem to be pushing up. There is a little bit of volume. Is there? Really nothing. 3 minutes for this candle to close. 27 pips, 26 pips. Nothing. No volume. All right. I've explained several times what I'm looking for. Um, all right. We're looking to take the sells. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah. There's no volume. Just waiting for the price to come up. We'll come back tomorrow, do a recap, and see if the sell idea played out, right? So I'm saying wait for an hour. I'm going to be waiting for hour. It's 8:45 EST. So that's 9:45 EST. So post 10, around 10, after 10 a.m., I'm going to take a look at the charts, see what happens, right? And then look for take a trade after that. All right. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. Be back, draw zones, do the analysis, and see if there's a trade set up for the first 2 hours of the NY session. Now, it can be quiet, right? It can be a quiet week. If you notice, the weekly candle just did 770 pips, 760 pips last week, being a CPI week. This week, there is no news, nothing, no data indicators, no data news. So there is nothing this week. The only thing that could drive price up or down is some sort of agreement between Trump and Putin about the war or something to do with the tariffs. Any announcement on any one of these two events can either drive price up or down depending on what the news is. If it's more uncertainty with regards to the tariff, with regards to ending the war, more uncertainty, gold is going to go up. if is some sort of if they reach a solution or agree on a date for a possible solution. So anything to do with the tariff, some sort of agreement, then gold prices are going to go down, or anything with regards to a ceasefire, prices are going to go down, right? Okay. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. Take care. Have a great rest of the day.